Everyone who has left houses or brothers or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake will receive 100-fold or inherit eternal life. And many who are first will be last, and the last will be first. Powerful statement. Far too often we think only of the here and now, and very rarely of the by and by. Jesus is looking at the big picture here, and he is saying whatever losses you have made or incurred for following Christ will be more than made up to you. Have you lost something to follow Jesus? After you became a Christian, did it cause a break in a relationship, maybe in your family, with your father or your mother, or your brother or your sister, or your mom or your dad? I already said that, father or mother. Mom or dad, another way of saying it. Or your son or your daughter, or a close friend, or a business associate. Here's what Jesus is saying. It's going to be made up to you in this life and the life to come. I mean, not always in this life, but to some degree it will be made up. I mean, I think of the fact that when we become Christians, we become a part of a family, the family of God, the church. And there are people that I know that are my friends and really my brothers and sisters in the faith that are closer to me than blood relatives are. See, Jesus is compensated for the losses that you have incurred and I have incurred, but there's much more to come in the next life when we get to the other side, when we get to heaven. And then one day when heaven comes to earth, there'll be rewards for your faithfulness to God. I was speaking with two girls after church recently. One was in a wheelchair with a severe disability, and the other was speaking at length. And I listened to her for a while, and when she was done, I turned to the lady in the wheelchair and I said, well, how are you doing? She said, I'm doing fine. And then her friend said, well, actually, she just had 2 brain surgeries done to remove cancer. And they were successful, but I looked at this young lady who has just come through this and also with her disability. And I thought, and where is she right now? She's at church. You know, I think of people, oh, I can't go to church today. Why? I have a cold. Really? Wow. Oh, you know, it's so hard to get in the parking lot. It takes so long. Or, well, I don't know. All the excuses we come up with. Here's this young lady, despite her severe disability and recent surgeries, at church, praising the Lord, saying she's doing fine. I was just touched by her example. And I said, you know, the Bible promises a special blessing and crown to those who have suffered in this life. And I said, I admire your faith. You're an inspiration to me. And that's true for all of us. James 1:12 says, God blesses the people who patiently endure testing. Afterward, they'll receive the crown of life that God has promised to those that love him. It's all going to be made up to us in the life to come. Make no mistake about it, our life on earth is not all that there is. Allow me to quote that great theologian, Russell Crowe, who played Gladiator Maximus Decimus Meridius in the film Gladiator. And Crowe in this role, leading his troops into battle, says to them, what we do in life echoes in eternity. That's an Australian accent by a Roman general there, as portrayed by Russell Crowe. But it's a true statement. What we do in life echoes in eternity. Hey everybody, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We're constantly updating it with new content and never seen before content. So if you want to get the latest from Harvest, hit the subscribe button.